Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Pauline Verzosa. Kingdom of Jesus Christ leader Pastor Apollo Quiboloy is still nowhere to be found after the police tried to serve arrest warrants against him yesterday. The Davao City Police were confronted by Quiboloy's followers in front of the KOJC compound in Davao City. Despite this, authorities still barged into Quiboloy's properties like the Prayer Mountain and the Glory Mountain. Still, the police failed to arrest him. Quiboloy's camp called out the police and said their actions were illegal.
Hindi po pwede na arrest warrant lang ang dala mo, napapasok ka sa isang gated na facility at pilit mo itong sirain para lang makapasok ka. Bawal po ito, illegal po ito.
In response, the Davao Region Police insisted their service of arrest warrant against the fugitive pastor is legal and valid.
Yung nangyari kanina ay service of warrant of arrest against Pastor Quiboloy and 5 others. So hindi po yun search warrant or raid.
Davao Region Police spokesperson Catherine De La Rey says their attempt to arrest Apollo Quiboloy was lawful. Here's an excerpt of her interview on The Big Story.
Can I have you react first and foremost to what the counsel of Apollo Quiboloy said just then in the story that we ran? He says what you did was illegal because the police held only an arrest warrant for Quiboloy and his co-accused, but not a search warrant, and that that was illegal because you entered the premises.
Now, what we did today is a implementation of a lawful order from the court to serve the warrant of arrest against Pastor Quiboloy and his accused or the 5 others. And our move to enter the premises is lawful in the sense that we are there to serve the warrant of Pastor Quiboloy to search the place if indeed Pastor Quiboloy and the 5 others are there.
Does that apply to private premises, which in this case
Yes,
it
even
was?
if it is private premises, we have the warrant of arrest.
So to clarify, Major, wala pong searching na nagyari sa loob ng mga properties and compounds ng KOJC at ni Pastor Quiboloy, just to make it very clear.
We search for Pastor Quiboloy and 5 others. We are not there to search for any properties or equipment of Pastor Quiboloy.
Reports say that Quiboloy is still in the country, no? So verified po ba ito? And if so, are there any leads sa kanyang whereabouts?
Our information that lead us to the service of warrant of arrest just this morning is on the information given to us that indeed Pastor Quiboloy and 5 others can be found in those areas. However, we failed to see them and capture them. However, this does not mean that we will stop or we will not continue with our mandated tasks as law enforcers in serving the warrant of arrest. So that is why we are encouraging other people who have information on the whereabouts of Pastor Quiboloy to give us information so that we'll be able to once again serve the warrant of arrest against them.
But for former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque, what the cops did was illegal. In an interview with Storycon, Roque says an arrest warrant does not give the police the power to enter and search the properties. He added that the raid was also a form of disrespect to a religious figure and place of worship. Roque also accused the PNP of having a, quote, fishing expedition since they conducted the operation in several areas simultaneously.
There was not just a violation of the Bill of Rights, there was also a gross disrespect for a religious place of worship. Hindi mo maintindihan bakit kinakailangan ganitong karaming puwersa ang magsuserve ng warrant of arrest laban sa isang tao lamang.
You're still watching One News Now. I'm Pauline Verzosa. Let's now take a quick look at today's other headlines. The Philippine Star reports that expelled lawmaker Arnie Teves was released from detention in Timor-Leste. But the Justice Department clarified that he was rearrested. Teves' legal counsel claims that the DOJ's request for his extradition was made out of time. The expelled Solon is being tagged as the mastermind of the assassination of Negros Oriental Governor Roel Degamo in 2023. Over at Business World, the International Monetary Fund trims the Philippines' growth outlook for this year. It now sees Philippine gross domestic product expanding by 6%, lower than its 6.2% forecast in April. Although the figure is still within the government's 6 to 7% target, it was lowered after weaker than expected GDP data. PAGASA is monitoring a low-pressure area or LPA inside the Philippine Area of Responsibility. The LPA was last seen 145 kilometers northwest of Butuan City, Agusan del Norte. PAGASA said the LPA has a low chance of turning into a storm and it is expected to dissipate today. However, the LPA will bring rain to Visayas and Mindanao. The rest of the country will experience hot weather with a chance of isolated thunderstorms at noon or night. The spike in pork prices has led to a rise in chicken consumption. Despite that, the United Broiler Raisers Association said the income of chicken farmers is still just barely enough to get by. Mobile Journal Francis Orsho has the story.
Napapadalas na ba ang pag-ulam nyo ng manok? Mas mura naman kasi yan kumpara sa iba pang karne. Sa monitoring ng Department of Agriculture, naglalaro ngayon sa 160 to 220 pesos per kilo ang presyo ng manok sa mga palengke. Malayo sa alternatibong karneng baboy na nasa 300 to 420 pesos. Dahil dyan, mas dumadami tuloy ang bumibili ng manok. Tulad sa pwesto ng retailer na si Merly sa Novaliches, Susano Market.
Oo, mas marami pa rin konti bumibili sa manok dahil mas mababa ng konti kaysa sa baboy yung mga walang budget na pambili.
Paliwanag ng United Broiler Raisers Association, natural lang daw na tumaas ang konsumo sa karne ng manok dahil sa taas ng presyo ng ibang karne. Yun nga lang, sumipa man ang demand sa manok, dehado pa rin daw ang mga namuhunan sa pag-aalaga nito. Hindi pa raw kasi sila nakakabawi mula sa ilang buwang pagkakalugi.
Mula Oktubre hanggang Abril, talagang napakalambot ng presyo. Madalas kung hindi lugi ay tablalaang. Dahil marami talaga ang supply, marami imported, mababa ang demand o ang konsumo ng manok dahil hirap ang buhay
Nito pang kasagsagan ng El Nino, marami ang tumigil muna sa pag-aalaga ng manok. Ang mga alaga kasi nila namamatay sa init at alinsangan. At ngayong may nagbabadyang La Nina, hindi pa natatapos ang mga pangamba. Posible kasing maging problema naman nila ang pag-aangkat ng manok at pagdadala sa merkado dahil sa sobra-sobrang pagbuhos ng ulan. Nandyan din ang pangamba na bahain ang mga tanim na mais na siyang pangunahing sangkap sa pagkain ng mga alagang manok.
Kung madisgrasya yung mga tanim na mais, makakaapekto yan doon sa puhunan, sa patoka at mamahal ang puhunan ng mga nag-aalaga kasi mga 50 to 60% ng patoka by volume ay mais. Yun ang kailangan ng ating mga alagang manok.
Kapag nangyari daw yan, hindi malabong sumipa rin ang presyo ng karne ng manok sa mga susunod na buwan. Sa ngayon, dahil sa pabago-bagong panahon, hindi pa masisiguro kung kailan magiging stable ang presyo ng manok at iba pang produkto sa merkado. Kaya maging wais po tayo sa pagbili at diskarte na lang muna kung ano ang mura. Mobile journalist Francis Orsho po, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
And those are the top stories of the hour. But join us again later at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Pauline Verzosa. We are One News.